I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
No use. Busted. Useless. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, Daddy's gone, but I'm here. Mommy's here now.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. Mommy's here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Please, Sean. I'm your mother. To talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! She's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code SHERRIFS. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father. That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute. Just as you are a parent to your son. To Sean.
Help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course, but it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
After what I've seen, I pity the man. He was as much a victim as anything.
After what he did to you, I'm shocked you would be so generous. But yes, I understand you've experienced things. Perhaps you ended up knowing him better. I, for one, will never truly forgive him. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your father. He never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to him was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems what happened to him was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So, you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us. This really is a...
But... Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life within these walls. Dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just... give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here, in the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all...
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
It seems like a strange choice. On more than one level.
I can understand how it might seem that way. It is. New discoveries are always welcome. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think? Do you think you could love him? Like you would a real boy?
I don't need a synth. I found the real Sean.
Yes, but not the Sean you were looking for. In some ways, the synth is far closer to what you expected. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
Sean?
Our advances will, in time, change the world.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
Hi, Doc.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to...
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, fortunately, it's a good thing to... You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping in.
Come now, Adam, it could have been anything. It was probably just...
You're here. Glad you made it.
Final control software could use an update.
If it were just a limb twitching, but her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping can only mean one thing, Max. You just don't want to admit to yourself what it is.
If you're about to launch into one of your speaking about artificial sentience and machines with souls, don't bother. I've heard enough. Write them down from memory.
But we can't.
We're all looking forward to working.
Welcome to the Institute.
Have you had time to examine my latest
Hello.
reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've...
Excuse
I wonder
me,
how the
Doctor.
Warwick family is
Welcome.
doing.
So good to have you
Wally
here.
must be close to
Dr.
10 years
Clayton
old by now.
Holdren, head of the
Remarkable
Bioscience
that
Division.
any child can
I
survive
can't wait
for
for you
so
to see
long
the
up
work
there,
we're
don't you
doing. It's truly amazing.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as Our most important directive is to ensure the health. To that end, we've even started to... You probably saw the...
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, I'm sure I've taken...
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll...
You mentioned medical care? I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist. Dr. Volkert works... You won't find...
I hear we're about to get a new food supplement.
Sorry, but I'm too
Dr.
preoccupied.
Holdren's Central Gorilla project is showing promising results. Theoretical limits are made to be broken. Discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful...
Father's a great man. You must be very proud.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
Hello. Please ensure
Excuse
that
me.
your dietary
I can't
requirements
imagine
are
living on
being
the
filled.
surface. It sounds like a nightmare.
I'll take a look, sure.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Hey, Doc.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
What kinds of blueprints?
Mostly components for a new plasma pistol concept. High-energy weapons are sort of a hobby of... Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us. Well, that was productive.
In
Doctor?
case anyone didn't mention it, quiet time runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Since you knew...
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do.
Right? Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate... Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
A courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the child synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo
Nothing to report, ma'am.
in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced
Just a
security
routine
sweeps
patrol,
of
ma'am.
yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is...
I am seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
Hi there.
What now?
Always be vigilant.
On the targeting
We
package
have many
upgrades I
enemies.
asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please
Dr.
don't.
Ormond's lecture on cold
There's enough
fusion
friction
was
as it
nothing
is
short of
between us and pretty much all the other departments.
Doc?
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand.
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, our primary
Right. I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated Institute technology to fall into... The results could be dismal. Our main instrument is the Courser. Coursers hunt down. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in... But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the... Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, we then begin the delicate process. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface.
Dr. Ayo.
What do you want? And please, make it quick.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly... Those who show tenacity, we teach them armed and unarmed combat. Those who pacify...
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Dr. Secord, I've just been informed that a Courser in grid J12 has stumbled across a...
Operating at full capacity.
Feels like this project has been going on for months.
Hello. Everyone's excited about the new synth project.
broken.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are. When you see a rogue, his memories under his leadership, I've dispatched.
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be best for everyone. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could...
Thanks for the help.
Hey.
Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help.
To the deck.
Awful lot of rad.
Hold it. We're under orders to charge anyone coming through this area a fee. Cost? Who's there?
Sloppy tactics, bad aim. This one can't
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, ma'am. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter. We're not alone. Target spotted. You should have given up. Faster work.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, wait. Did you hear something?
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, ma'am. Designation, I've already neutralized.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, ma'am.
You're mine now, rookie.
Or snoop 'em out. Got him!
Really want this to be the last mug you see?
Hold up a moment, ma'am. There's something important I need to tell you.
What is it?
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Good. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary violence.
Precisely. Shouldn't have to bloody any more noses than we have to.
Well, he might not be alone up there. Violence might be inevitable. That's all, ma'am. Ready when you are.
Excellent. Yes.
Well done. Judging by your gear, I'm gonna guess you two are agents just like me. So, made it to the top. Is the Institute so desperate for resources and stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs?
Gabriel, you aren't who you think you are. You're a synth, and we're here to take you home.
Sin? What the hell are you talking about? I remember my whole life. I know where I grew up and who my parents were. Explain that to me!
I know this is hard, but it's the truth. Your memories were altered. You are a synth.
Don't listen to these guys! They're messing with your head, man! Just shut the hell up, you got me? Don't say another word!
I'm sorry, man, but I have my orders.
Here to die.
That's up, asshole!
Figured it might be.
code. Hey,
There's something you need?
think you can unlock that terminal?
Done and done.
Terminal only.
Some serious subroutines running on this bomb. Right. Let's try a slightly different approach. Sure, that was gonna do it. There we go. Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure. Ask away.
Just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn... Thank goodness I found it was when I took up the massacre of the sea. Plenty of people assumed I would, but at the time they couldn't...
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry... The young Miss Robert. Turns out the guy was... I took her home and taking up and...
Was it hard, settling in?
Well, it sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the job, but I guess folk... Wife runs off with an upset father. After a while, hell, I was so happy. I never stopped. About then, it took me a long story.
Watson can be a little obsessive when it comes to rules and policies. Did I turn off the interferometer?
I've heard stories. The surface sure sounds scary.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you.
Gabriel and his gang...
While we can do nothing for Gabriel's victims, we can at least take comfort in the knowledge that the threat has been... But enough about that. The task is done, and you've returned our synth safe. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you. You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be...
Can you not see the grime and dust? Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Your new quarters are here, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Your quarters are just inside, ma'am. When you're finished here, ma'am, Father wants to see you.
I apologize for any disruptions that my work might cause you.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace.
Hello, Mother. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
I try and talk it out, see if things can be resolved peacefully.
An admirable goal. And yet we find ourselves in a situation where something more significant must be done. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. And they no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
What happened? What have they done?
They are in possession of technology that does not belong to them. Usually they are a mind... I'm afraid we have learned the current.
Sure. Sounds pretty simple.
Hopefully, yes. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
Is it just me, or will I have backup?
A Corsair will be waiting for you outside Bunker Hill. You'll have support should you need it. But we want to keep this small.
setup. Wouldn't mind one of these at the agency.
Seems to be growing well.
I know I'm not the only person here who's lost someone. I just...
Yeah? Did the Minutemen send you?
Yes, I'm here to help. What's going on?
There's a group of raiders that won't leave us. We know where they're coming.
Don't worry. I'll take care of those raiders for you.
I hope so. We didn't know what to do.
Denied?
They're here somewhere.
Look who it is.
Lights out for you!
One way to get
Let me see. A couple years back. Who? Oh, hell no!
Find something sturdy and get down!
My leg! I'm just getting...
Well, to service. Underestimate us again.
Food on you better be worth it. Playing games with me, huh? You're tough. Come on.
You know, I can probably make that. Criminal talk, if you ask nicely.
Hey, see what you can do.
Huh. Candid defenses are still up. Likely means...
Got it.
Oh, man, come back! I was having fun!
When you turn up, you're dead.
No way I could pick this. Sweet.
Did you have any luck with those raiders?
I took care of those raiders for you.
Farming's as honest work gets.
Really? Well, that's the best news I've heard in a long time. By the way, we've talked about it, and we've decided to support the Minutemen. I think it's worth giving it another chance. The only way things will get better is if we stand together.
I'm gonna run some diagnostics while you're tinkering. Take your time.
Weren't you supposed to clean the gun?
I'll get to it when I get to it.
The sooner the better.
Seems to be growing well.
I knew Sturgis would find something to keep you busy.
I took care of the raiders that were harassing that settlement you sent me to. The people there have decided to join our cause.
That's great news. One day, we'll be strong enough to drive that scum out of the Commonwealth for good. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.